Good morning. It's like almost 8 in the morning. We're getting a nice little summer rain going right now. Typical of Oregon. Was able to get some decent sleep for most part. Passed out early again, woke up early again. You know, kind of that typical, I'm turning into an old fart, sleep schedule. Now it looks like my house is finally enclosing right now. So I have to get all my shit out here ASAP. It's mainly just everything's boxed except for a couple things, which will be easy to deal with. And like I said, a lot of it, once I move, I can go through properly and get rid of. I do want to keep my printers though for my computer room and all, because I use that for my photography. Sometimes I print out some of my photos and then I'll frame them. And generally the intent is to sell them, but I end up giving them away to people. I was selling them for like $35 a piece for the big ones, and the little ones were like $15 a piece. And yeah, I'll give them away in hopes that it'll cheer those people up or something, or what have you. Now there's a little bit of a relief going on, with knowing that my place is finally enclosing. So I gotta get things dealt with, of course, and I'll know probably here next week for sure exactly what's going on. So it's gonna be in the next week or two, thankfully. And then from there, it's, yeah, I'm gonna contact my realtor on the one house that I had was gonna put an offer in before. Hi, Mama Yoda. This is my wiggle butt. She's my Manx kitty. Hi, Mamas. See, this is my mama cat. And of course, Momo's over here wiggling her tail too. Hi, wiggle butt. This is my mama's. Mama Yoda. Yeah. Her name's Yoda because when I got her, we were told she was a boy. And then when we got her home, we were looking at her again, and I'm going, I'm not 100%. I was like, in my head, I was going, she's looking more like a girl. So I was like, well, we'll know 100% if Yoda is a girl or not here in the next couple months. And they asked me why. I was like, because in about 3 to 6 months, that's when they start doing their howling in the middle of the night because they're horny. So I was like, that's generally how you know right away. If you have trouble sexing a cat, like that's the guaranteed. So yeah, she had a baby boy, but he went with Daisy Cat with the other person, which is fine. But no, I'm gonna contact the realtor again, see if I can find out what was up with the house type thing, because it had went off market, like it was sale pending, like someone was getting ready to buy it, and then it went back on market. So it's like, okay, why did it fall through? Okay, I want to know what's wrong with it at this point, because she's got to know at this point. And if it's nothing serious, I'll deal with it. Because as is, yeah, there's that place and there's one other one. That place is my top favorite. I can't help it. Even the walkthrough of the place, and all that, I just kind of fell in love with the place. And the property isn't too huge. It's not much bigger than my parents' property. It's about a 1/4 acre more. So I mean, it's like 3/4 acres. Plenty big enough. I can, it has a really large garden bed, which is good, and I can just start loading the place up with fruit trees and shit. Where the garden beds are not. I'll probably just line the property line on one side of it with fruit trees and stuff. But we'll see. I mean, it just depends on what's wrong with that place. The other place I'm looking at, that's got just under 2 acres to it. It's like 1 3/4 acres. And then there's a couple others I've been looking at too. I've been mainly looking in smaller towns, stuff like that. Places that are either growing or trying to grow, in essence, so there's potential for growth on business type situation. I'm mainly looking at population growth. Snoopy, leave the chickens alone. I'm mainly looking at, population growth and what they're doing, and not just what the city has, or town, or whatever you want to call them. But I don't know. I know once I get moved, then I can start focusing on starting a business, or if anything, start some kind of work temporarily till I can, get my business started. I'll have plenty to get it started. You don't know what you're getting into when you're, in essence, having to window shop for a home and having to rely on like video and inspections at a remote, from a remote area, because then they can just tell you anything. So I mean, this on its own is a big ass leap of faith, which I realize is going to be better than just staying here, let alone in Oregon. I love this state very, very much, and there are good people here. It's just, I found that it's not Oregon. It's obviously not Oregon anymore the way I remember it. Somebody else is going to say that 20 years from now, after they just moved here 10 years ago. They're going to be like, yeah, Oregon's not the same. Yeah, Oregon wasn't Oregon when you moved here. But no, I love this state. The politics is fucked, and just everybody here is it's just a very toxic place. And between, all the shit I've had to deal with pretty much throughout my life, from family, friends, etc. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a new beginning altogether. I do want to have a life somewhere else, and I don't expect to live till I'm 80. I don't even really expect to live till I'm 70, to be honest, but whatever life I have left, I want to enjoy it, and I want to be able to, obviously, start my own business, start living my dreams for once, instead of waiting for someone to decide they want to work with me on it. Teamwork type shit. It's like supporting each other's dreams, you know what I mean? We each have our own dreams. It's the idea of supporting each other's dreams. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. The give and take, the sacrifices made, and all the equal sacrifices, all that shit. So I mean, it's just a list of things, but I'm not a marriage or relationship coach. And so far, I'm not somebody you'd want to. I don't think I'm somebody you'd want to ask on that type of shit for advice. I can tell you how to probably fuck them up pretty good, though. No, I'm looking forward to these things happening and getting this stuff moving forward and all that, because it's gonna be a relief of pressure. And so it's not gonna be easy. I mean, but I'm gonna be looking at it more like as an adventure at this point. A long-awaited adventure. And I think pushing myself to get out and about and just try to get myself moving and used to being in public again, it'll make it easier when it comes to the move and all that, because, yeah. That in itself is going to be a change, because even here I still keep to myself as is, and pretty much remain as a hermit through a lot of this, because it's just the things that I've gone through over the last several years has really affected everything, and it's really affected everything, and it's even affected good friendships, all that stuff, and it's like I can't hang by anymore. You know, I'm not trying to be selfish through this whole process or this whole situation, because I feel guilty, like, you know, in that sense. I feel like I am being selfish. Yet I know staying here, things are not going to get better. That's for sure. I mean, I shouldn't have to feel like being in a position I have to, you know, shut myself in a room, or pretty much remain a loner all the time. Because I'm struggling with, you know, even with the family here at home. Now the cat's fucking with the chickens. And it's not like I sit here and think that everybody here is doing this shit on purpose. It's just, I learned a long time ago, there's parts of my life I don't want to keep reliving. And I know that's all I'm doing. I'm going in circles, and this move is breaking a lot of multiple different cycles from different situations that I've been dealing with my whole life. So I'm kind of, I'm getting to a point, I'm more so looking forward to it than I am worried about it. I know part of me wants to travel a little bit, take a bit of time to just travel for a moment. But then I also remind myself, well, you're definitely traveling when you gotta drive, between 2,000 and 3,000 miles, depending on where you get your next home. Doing that stuff's tiring. I mean, it's going to be interesting, because once I get to wherever I'm moving to, be unloading that shit, it's going to be interesting, but it's got to be done. And taking my walks and then starting to go back to the gym again, which the other day was nice. I'm still kind of feeling it a little bit, but I'm going to probably try and go here. If I don't go tonight, then I'm going to go first thing in the morning again. I'm just getting used to going. I think I was there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I'll go back, keep it going. Because I gotta try and build as much of that strength back up so that way when I go to unload that damn truck after I move, it'll be easier. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I've got there's a little bit of relief there seeing that the place isn't closing now. So, I mean, like I said, it's going to be beginning of the month, first week of the month. Sometime next week or week after, I'll know, or things will be done. So, I know, like I said, I know it's in closing now. I just need to get my shit out. And I'm just, when going, I don't want to have to keep fearing every time I go that person's going to show up. Because they obviously don't know fucking boundaries at all. It's like you made your choices and you need to stick with them. I'm not going to keep being an option or a last option or a fallback, all that type of shit. No. If I'm going to make somebody first in my life, I'm going to have to hope that I'm first in their life too. Otherwise, I'm not going to be somebody's back burner sauce pot to just, forget about. Doing this is going to help out in many ways, definitely a better home. Thank God for a better home. And then whatever I end up doing business-wise, because I'm still leaning towards food truck, food cart. I enjoy my photography, stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm keeping myself open just in case, and keep the food cart stuff to, doing events and shit like that. I don't know. I'll figure that out once I get there, especially since I'll be doing it by myself. I'll be afraid to hire someone. That's what it is. I'll be afraid to hire someone I don't know. I'm not very good at training people, and I'm still having to learn certain aspects of it. So that just means that, yeah, I don't want to hire somebody and then just fuck everything up. I don't want to fuck this up. No, I don't want to mess this up. I've either lost or sacrificed every other chance and opportunity I've had in life at this. I'm not fucking this up. So as hard as some of this has been, I'm still thanking God for a lot of this shit, because, yeah, I mean, I could be in a far worse situation than I am in now. I just don't like going backwards. That's a big thing for me. I really don't like going backwards. Yet my haircut makes it hard for me to put my hat back on, right? But I understand that sometimes we have to take a step back to look at a bigger picture of things, or absorb the information that we've got type stuff. But I don't like moving backwards, and that's what this felt like a lot. This felt like I just went backwards, even past, I feel like I just went backwards damn near 20 years. So when I got married, I was 28. And this feels like this just took me back to like when I was like 24. 25 before then. So, I mean, I feel like I just went back damn near 20 years, and I really don't like that. And it's just, this time around, I recognize I have a better chance, a better start. And I don't want to mess this opportunity up. Because there's more to this than just, you know, getting better, healing, bettering myself as a person and bettering my life. It's just, there's a whole list of things, because it goes beyond me. In order for me to be able to do better things for other people, I've got to better myself. In order for me to be able to be there for other people or to help anyone, I've got to get myself in a position that, you know, it doesn't cause me to suffer or others to have to suffer for me. Sorry, don't want these dogs walking on these nails. But I need to be in a position that I can do this shit on my own, basically. I don't mind help or teamwork, that type of stuff. I just don't want to feel like a charity case. And I don't want to feel like that I'm just somebody's option. That type of stuff. I also suck a lot at asking for help. That's like probably one of my worst qualities. I hate asking for help. It bugs me. And so when I know I need to, I start to get really frustrated. I get, irritated because I don't like asking for help. But then when I do, I'm just really, really bad at asking for it. So, I mean, like I said, over the next, couple weeks to a month, things are going to start changing really, really fast. And with my home going and closing, it's trying not to let it add to the anxiety and being anxious, overly anxious too. I don't know if those are the same thing. I don't know if that's the same thing, anxious and anxiety. I don't know if that's the same thing. But, yeah, the nerves are going. But have to be down there basically before the month's over with to get everything, what's boxed up, everything that's being packed and taken is taken out of there. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good, Tuesday? Yeah. Have a good 2 cheeseburger Tuesday. Thanks for watching.